Everybody, welcome. As you're joining, let's find yourself just a comfortable seated position. Doesn't matter where you are, let's begin sitting upright and just become aware of your breath. This session is about breath work. My name is Nick Kislinger and I'm super passionate about breath work and really excited to be here virtually with all of you today. So good morning, good afternoon, good night, whatever it may be. And now we're all familiar with being in these virtual chat rooms, these Instagram lives. And so we're gonna give people a second just to funnel in the room. I feel like I'm back in like the AOL days where I used to enter the chat room. People are constantly going in and out. Somehow this quarantine is taking me back to my teenage years. But it feels less of a punishment and more like a snow day where you get to tune in with all my friends and all the things at home I've been missing. So as you arrive, just find a comfortable seated position. And we're gonna give time for people to arrive and to join us today. And I would invite you to invite in your breath and invite in a more conscious and deliberate relationship. So that can be just starting to breathe in and breathe out as we wait for everyone to arrive here. And a couple of tips and tricks just on posture. Everyone has their own way of doing it, but I like to think about your spine when you're in an upright position, being upright and vertical, and thinking about your sit bones. And if you've been in a yoga class, a yoga instructor will say to find your sit bones, you take your butt and you sort of pull the fleshy part out until you find those bony sit bones and you're resting on those sit bones. So find a nice comfortable seat. And you may notice Kona, my assistant, who is wandering back and forth, our little four-legged friend. And so glad that everyone's joining. Again, my name is Nick Kislinger and I'm here to teach and share with you some things that I've learned about breathwork. And we'll assume now that everyone who's meant to be here is here, and those who are on their way will arrive in due course. So wherever you've come from, whether this is the nighttime, afternoon, or morning for you, welcome. Coming to you live from Topanga, California, in pretty extraordinary times. To arrive here in this moment, let's all take a few breaths together. Become aware of your breath. Let's develop a personal relationship, conversation with that breath. We're going to take a breath into our belly, to our chest, and we're going to let it go through our mouth. It goes, and let it go. We're going to do 10 of those together to begin our practice. Breathing in, belly, chest, letting go. Five more. Belly, chest, letting go. Belly, chest, letting go. Belly, chest, letting go. Belly, chest, letting go. One more breath. Deep breath in, deepest breath in. Breathe in, feel like a sponge pulling all this energy in, and let it go. And as you let it go, now hold your breath. Now hold your breath and allow yourself to settle. You've just pumped oxygen into your body and you actually don't need to breathe so quickly. So hold And when you're ready, take a deep breath in together and let it go. If your eyes are closed, slowly open your eyes. Thank you, everyone, for choosing to be here today. My name is Nick Kislinger, and for about 25 years, I've been extremely passionate about the power of breath. When I was a teenager, I was diagnosed with attention deficit disorder, and I went on medication like Ritalin. I was lucky enough that I learned meditation and yoga, and then finally breathwork. I find breathwork worked the best for me. It was quick and accessible and consistent. I was able to trade the pharmaceuticals for my breath. I've been practicing it and offering it ever since. About 10 years ago, when I was in university, I guess it would have been over a dozen years now to date myself, I had an opportunity to begin teaching on my campus to the students and then into the local juvenile detention center. Working with convicted youth offenders really taught me that the breath wasn't something that was just powerful for me, but I watched kids who were in a hellish environment, who grew up in a toxic environment, who because of the breath could find freedom, even in those extraordinary circumstances. And I've been sharing breath, encouraging people to form daily habits around it ever since. I'm so excited to share a few of the things that I've learned. And today we're going to be doing a pretty exciting program. So I want to give you a taste of really the spectrum of breath, because there's so many unique benefits of breath. Everybody breathes, we do it all the time, but there's different qualities of that breath. And if we place our attention on the breath, we can change so much. We can change our mood, we can change the emotions we might be feeling, we can change the state of consciousness that we might be in. Now, on that spectrum, there's a bunch of benefits, like I said. We're going to start by learning 3 specific breaths that have 3 specific benefits, and then we're going to dive into what I think is a really fun, delicious, and ecstatic practice. People who are talking about breath work in our community, in your community, if you've heard about it, if you haven't heard about it, oftentimes people talk about the ecstatic breath, the euphoric breath, the holotropic breath. And we're going to be doing a little micro dose of that breath today. But we want to get started by teaching first just some very practical ways that you can apply the breath in your daily life. So, right now we're going to dive into 3 specific breaths. The first breath is about calming down. I mean, in these times, I know that I find myself either personally feeling anxious or talking to friends who are losing jobs in this crazy time, or my sister who's a mother who's now all of a sudden at home all the time with her son, and feeling some anxiety can arise naturally. So we're going to teach a breath to calm down, very simple. We're also going to teach a recharge breath, which for me is really important in the afternoon around 4 p.m. I, for a long time, had a TM practice, and at 4 o'clock I would meditate for 20 minutes, and I usually just fall asleep until I discovered the recharge breath. And I found then that in the afternoon, I could practice this breath, and all of a sudden, I was back ready to go. And then finally, we're gonna do a quick lesson on the sleep breath, which I'm super passionate about. If you know me, you know I'm a big napper. You know, sleep is really important to me. Sleep, if you don't know, is a time where we really repair our body. It's a critical time. So we're gonna teach a breath that's gonna help slow the body down and promote sleep. And then we're gonna go into an ecstatic practice. We'll be here for 40 minutes together. And again, I'm so honored that you're here, that we get to share breath work together. If you'd like to learn about any of these breaths afterwards, if I go too quickly, you can check out Breathwork, an app for the iPhone, where I and a group of friends who are really passionate about breath wanted to help people create daily habits, so we offer all of these breaths. So let's get started. Are you all ready? Okay. So first, we're going to be sitting up to learn this. So let's find a comfortable seated position, whatever that means to you. I suggest that your spine is upright, that you find your sitting bones, you find a nice upright posture. And the first breath is the calm breath. This is really about treating yourself where you may find yourself wound up, you may have a little anxiety. And it's really simple. Each of these breaths are like formulas. And if you follow the formula, there's benefits waiting for you at the end. The formula for calm is 4 breaths in, 6 breaths out. 4 breaths in, 6 breaths out. So let's try that together. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's all try it together. Breathing in and out. And in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Continuing with that flow, in for 4 and out for 6. We'll go for another 20 seconds. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And in, 2, 3, 4, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Allowing yourself to return to a normal breath, breathing in and out slowly. Just resting in the posture, noticing, observing. What do you feel in your body? What do you feel in your mind? This calming breath, breathing in for 4 and out for 6, is a simple resource that you can use on a daily basis if you feel anxiety, if you feel stress. Okay, got it? We're going to move on now to the recharge breath. Recharge breath is really simple, different benefit. This is really about you're feeling down. Again, for me, this is at 4 o'clock in the afternoon where I'm just starting to crash a little bit. In the past, I may have done some transcendental meditation. In the past, I may have had some coffee or a matcha. Now I'm able to use this breath, and it works this way. We're going to breathe in for 4. You're going to hold for 4, you're going to breathe out for 4, and you're going to hold for 4. This is the 4, 4, 4, 4. Pretty simple. Got it? Okay. We're going to try this now together. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold. We're going to go for another 30 seconds. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4. Noticing any sensation that arises as you continue the breath, a simple box breath. 4, 4, 4, 4. Continuing your breath. Now breathing out and returning. Allowing for a moment of stillness. A moment of stillness to feel and observe. Now, the recharge breath is a fantastic way to recharge. That's the benefit of the 4, 4, 4, 4. Moving on. Last and final breath we wanted to offer in this Breathwork 101 tutorial, and then we're going to move on to some euphoric, holotropic, a little micro experience for y'all. I hope this has been helpful just to learn some practical ways of applying the breath. Final breath is the sleep breath. The sleep breath is the 4, 7, 8 breath. That means you're breathing in for 4, you're holding for 7, and you're breathing out for 8. Now, this is a great way if you have trouble sleeping or you want to increase the quality of your sleep at night to practice. I would just recommend that you try this out for a few nights. Now, I think we've got the hang of it. But again, the formula for the sleep breath is you're breathing in for 4, you're holding for 7, and you're breathing out for 8. And the idea is that you're really slowing the rhythm of the body down. You can slow your body down the same way we can calm down, recharge, wake up. You can slow down and eventually sleep. So let's do that together. Breathing in for 4, holding for 7, now breathing out for 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And in, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now continuing with that breath, just allowing yourself to feel the benefit of slowly relaxing, slowing your body down. Let's continue this. 2 more. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last one. In, 2, 3, 4. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And out, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now returning just to a normal breath. Finding a moment of stillness. Allowing yourself to arrive back in this moment. Just noticing. Observing whatever is arising. And this is your sleep breath. Again, your 4, 7, 8 breath. Each of these breaths, the calm, the recharge, and the sleep, they're all like formulas. And you can apply these formulas when you wish to feel a certain way. You can receive particular benefits from each of them, from the calm breath, the recharge breath, and the sleep breath. Just to go over those really quickly again, your calm breath is in for 4 and out for 6. The calm breath is in for 4 and out for 6. Your recharge breath is your in for 4, your hold for 4, your out for 4, your hold for 4. It's the box breath. You're going almost in a circle, but it's a square. And then finally, your sleep breath. Your sleep breath is 4, 7, 8. Breathing in for 4, holding for 7, and breathing out for 8. Now, each of these breaths have their own benefit, and I would encourage you to form daily habits around each of them. Your calm breath can be applied like a topical balm in your day when you may be feeling a little anxious or stressed. Your recharge breath, again, could be a nice afternoon breath, and your sleep breath obviously is for the evening. Now, I want to say just a little bit on the sleep breath because I am a big napper and I like to encourage people to nap because we repair ourselves so much when we sleep. So I just want to double click on sleep for a second, and then we're going to get into a 28-minute experience of euphoric breath with a really nice shavasana at the end. But on sleep breath, I just want to share, if you're not a napper, try napping. It's an amazing, amazing way to recharge during the day. And I want to offer just a few ways that you can find that nap. Okay, first, the sleep breath is the background, the soundtrack of your sleep napping program. So that 4, 7, 8, slow the body down. The second is that you want to find a piece of music. I use a white noise machine, the Babbling Brook, and you want to train yourself. So every time you put that on, you fall asleep. If it was put on at a dinner party, you would fall asleep. Eventually, it just gets into your brain. So whatever that might be. Okay, the next tip or trick is 20 minutes. Never nap more or less for 20 minutes. Okay, these 3 suggestions are going to help you find your nap and sleep better. Okay, coming right back. We've gone through our 3 breaths. We have the calm breath, the recharge breath, and the sleep breath. If you'd like to learn more about those, please check out the Breathwork app, which is an incredible tool to develop daily habits around your breath practice to promote these benefits. Now, I'm really excited to dive into another end on the radio dial of breathing. There are all these different benefits, and on the other end of the dial, you have this euphoria breath. The euphoria breath, the holotropic breath, as it's been known, is something that has been passed around for centuries, deep within the scrolls of esoteric spiritual traditions. Often you find some form of control of the breath in order to create this elevated state. And what happens when you begin this breath? And I'm going to show it to you, and I'd like you to try it with me, first sitting up, and then we're going to be lying down. The breath is very simple. It's breathing in through the belly, into the chest, and then exhaling. So it goes belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. Now you're breathing in through your mouth. Try that with me. In, out. In, out. Okay, what's happening when you do this breath? I'd like to look at it in 3 separate ways. First is through the body. Okay, you are hyper-oxygenating the body, and you're starting to feel a lot of sensations in the physical body. Now, I want you to allow those sensations, whatever they may be, just to arise. In the physical body, as you continue with this breath, the holotropic breath, we're not going to be going quite that far, but you may have been in a breathwork session or heard about somebody in a breathwork session where you get the lobster claws, where your hands all of a sudden start to tighten up like this and you look like a little dinosaur or a little lobster. And they don't stay that way. It's because of tetany, and it's essentially when you end up with low CO2 levels in the body because of the breath. Now, it also could mean that you're magnesium or potassium deficient, so afterwards consider having a banana or taking some vitamins. But if this happens to you and it concerns you in any way, the solution is slowing down the breath. But I would suggest, and this is the second point as we go through it, what's happening in the mind? In the mind, as we move through this breath of we're starting to feel this intense effect on the body. And your mind may say to you, I'm not sure I can push through. I'm not sure this is good for me. I would encourage you to think that you're now in the gymnasium. This is like getting into the gym and working out the body, working out the mind, and working out the spirit. So if you feel at any point like you shouldn't be pushing yourself, then absolutely stop. Absolutely slow down is the key and the solution. But I would also challenge you to find that edge. We know our edge when we get into the gym, or we're in a yoga class or a Pilates class, and we ask ourselves just to push one step farther. And that's what I would ask you to do. So just push a little farther when you can. Now, the final piece, what's happening to the spirit? What's happening to the spiritual being inside of us as we bring all of this oxygen into the body? Well, from a spiritual side, it feels like prana. It feels like energy. It feels like life force that's coming in. And that can really shake up the snow globe. And we've got a lot in our snow globe, and especially in these times, who knows what's going to come up. I've led these sessions where people have started to laugh, where people have started to cry, where people have started to feel all sorts of things. And I would urge you to just allow that to arise. Whatever is necessary, allow that snow globe to shake up. And these feelings also are going to make you maybe feel euphoric. I know that my friends in the sober community, we've practiced these breaths a lot, and that they say this is akin to the transcendence that they may have felt at other times. And this euphoria is extraordinary. My friend Wim Hof, he likes to say you're getting high on your own supply. Now, to me, when you're bringing all this energy in, the question really becomes, what's the point? What are you bringing this in for? What's your intention when you enter into this practice? What is your goal? And so I'd like to ask you, let's just find ourselves as we begin now in a comfortable position. Close your eyes and ask yourself, what is my intention for the remainder of this practice? And speak that to yourself. My intention is to be a humble vessel to share these techniques that I'm so passionate about, and I'm so excited to get started. So we've been on a really fun journey today. We've learned some breaths, and now we're going to dive into the real juicy part of it. So for this, I would suggest that you lie down. So demonstrating here, you don't need a pillow behind your head. You might want a blanket. If you've got a blanket nearby, grab it. Sometimes people can get cold, and you might like that. So find yourself laying down in a comfortable position. If I had a blanket, I'd certainly be using it. You don't, again, need a pillow. You want your head to be unobstructed and straight. I'm going to give people a second to arrive into this moment. Now, again, we want you lying down for this experience. And we're going to go now for about 30 minutes. We're going to really apply ourselves with the euphoria breath for about 20 minutes. And then we're going to start to slow down. We're going to use the calm breath and the sleep breath to enter then into a shavasana state to really integrate the journey that we just went through. So everybody's got a blanket. If you don't need a blanket, great. Everybody's laying down. Again, let me demonstrate. That's how you lie down. And we're gonna go ahead and get started. We'll use the assist of just a little music. And let's now begin breathing in through the belly, into the chest, and breathing out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Belly, chest, 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 out. Now keep pushing. Allow whatever sensation to arrive. Wherever you are at home, laying down, stay with the practice and have faith in the practice. Belly, chest, out. Let's find that rhythm. Finding that rhythm. Belly, chest, out. 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 Breathing in and letting go. Breathing in and letting go. Breathing in and letting go. Belly, chest, out. Belly, chest out. Belly, chest out. Belly, chest out. Belly, chest out. Now continuing, wherever you are, home alone, it's like you're in a gym by yourself. No one's watching. What do you do when no one's watching? Are you going to continue? Stay with the practice. Stay with the practice and have faith. In, out. In, out. In, out. Stay with the practice and continue. Find your rhythm. Breathing in and breathing out. Breathing in and breathing out. You should feel in your body now some intensity. You should try and exert some force to stay with the practice. This is a gymnasium of the body, of the mind, of the spirit. Have faith in the technique. Breathing in and out. Breathing in and out. In, 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 out. Stay with this practice. Have faith in yourself. Have faith in this ancient technique. In, out. In, out. Finding your own rhythm, your own pace. In, out. 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 Continuing and finding your breath, finding that edge, recommitting to the practice. In, out. Simple technique. In, out. Powerful, powerful benefits. In, out. In, out. In, out. Continuing with the practice, allowing any sensation to arise. You may feel lightheaded. If at any point you need to slow down, just take a breath and slow down. But I urge you continue and push yourself and find that edge. Find that edge. We're really entering now the second quarter. Really push yourself. We're in this moment. Recommit to your technique. Continue the breath. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. If you like to go slower, find your own rhythm. Find the rhythm that's right for you. Belly, chest, out. Belly, chest, out. Find your own pace, your own rhythm, whatever's right for you. Now continue the breath and find whatever's appropriate for you. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. And return to your intention. Return to your goal for this journey. Continuing in this practice, finding the right pace for you. Right pace for you. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, and out. In, out. If you'd like to go faster, if you'd like to go slower, all I ask is continue with the breath. The benefit is waiting on the other side for us. In, out. Trust and have faith in yourself. In, out. In, out. This is really where you want to dig in, where your mind, that monkey mind, tells you, this isn't for me. Keep going and push yourself. We're about halfway there. You're about halfway there. In, out. In, out. Continuing with the breath, finding your own pace, witnessing and noticing any sensation that it arises. Out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Okay, we've got the last 5 minutes here. You're in the fourth quarter. You're in the home stretch. Continue now, finding your own pace. In, out. In, out. In, out. You're almost there. Believe and have faith in the technique. Return to your intention. In, out. 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 Maybe try laughing and releasing some energy in the body. Let out a laugh. Just some laughter to free up the energy in the body. Laugh out loud. Laugh out loud and try to do some laughter. I know it's silly. And returning to the breath. In, out. In, out. In, out. Taking a deep breath in and sighing it out. Continuing with the breath. In, out. In, out. Almost there. Home stretch. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, space. Wherever you are, whatever you've been holding on to in these insane times, breathe through it. Breathe into that feeling and let it go. Breathing in and letting go. Breathing in and letting go. Breathing in and letting go. Breathing in, letting go. Letting the breath take you back home. Letting the breath return you back to yourself, back to your power, back to your own sovereignty, to control the way you feel. Breathing in and out. In, out. Almost there now. In, out. In, out. In, out. Allowing any sensation to arise. If you need to speed up, if you need to slow down, if you've got to where you're going, then be there. If you're continuing, then keep going with us. Keep breathing in, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. In, out. Almost there now. Final 2 minutes. Final 2 minutes. What left do you have to put on the table? What more work can you put in this moment? Breathing in, soaking in all the energy of this time and letting it go. In, out. 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 Out. In, out. 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 Now we're starting to slow down with the breath. Starting to elongate the breath. Starting to arrive to the feeling and the sensation that we're looking for. Now one more minute here. In, out. You can start to elongate that breath. Now we're going to return to our calming breath. You're breathing in for 4 and out for 6. You're going to be breathing in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. In, 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Returning, noticing any sensations that's arrived as we begin to integrate this practice. Breathing in, 2, 3, 4. Out. 2, 3, 4.
Love is everything
5,
because love
6.
makes the world go round. Love is the foundation of our soul. Love is the greatest feeling that any person can have.
Allowing any sensation to arise, noticing.
And the love for someone or something is the greatest feeling that ever existed. That's what love is.
Noticing any sensation. Allowing any sensation to arise. Integrating these feelings. Breathing in for 4 and out for 6. Starting to calm the nervous system down and integrate the practice. We're starting to slow down. We're starting to enter a restful state, an integrating state. In for 4 and out for 6. Breathing in for 4 and out for 6. Continuing to breathe in and slowing the nervous system. Slowing the rhythm down. Breathing in for 4 and out for 6. And in for 4. Out for 6. Allowing your body to quiet down. Enter its own Shavasana. Now continuing, we're going to transition to the 4-7-8 breath. Breathing in for 4, holding for 7, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhaling for 8, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Slowing down, elongating that breath. Pulling all of this energy, all of these nutrients into the body. Slowing it down, breathing in for 4, holding for 7, breathing out for 8. In for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. Breathing in for 4, holding for 7, breathing out for 8. Allowing yourself to arrive, return, bringing all these sensations and feelings back into your body. Starting to slow down. This is just like in yoga in this moment, Shavasana, where you've worked so hard, you've generated so much energy. Let that soak in. Allow yourself to feel all the feelings. We're going to stay here together for a few minutes, marinating in this energy. right for you. Slowing that breath down. Returning to your intention. Returning to your intention for this practice. Now, wherever you are, starting to wiggle your toes, wiggling your fingers, returning to this moment. If you're laying down slowly, you can curl up on your side in the fetal position and slowly push yourself upright, returning and arriving to this moment, returning to this practice. I want to offer my thanks and